What's up, guys? Migs here with Market Open. Relatively uneventful day. I didn't really have too many shorts. I didn't have any shorts that I really liked. The one long that I did end up liking didn't really set up in the morning, but it later actually ended up taking off when I wasn't paying attention to it. Of course, as luck have it, I wasn't in it. So let's go ahead and talk about the first trade I took this morning. So PSTG, like I said, was my main candidate for a short. I took this first ORB pattern here. It's a little sloppy. It actually ended up coming down at the beginning of the day, so right the next candle pulled up about halfway, and as it broke that range, I went ahead and got short 225 shares. My stop was actually going to be here at high a day. So right here I got triggered at right at 932, and the very next couple of candles I actually ended up getting kicked out. So you'll notice that it actually ended up going higher. And I got kicked out right at 22.89. Ended up taking a loss on that, and about $100 loss or so. Then I actually ended up stocking it and shorting it again. So if you'll see here that it came up, hit 24, it pulled back, bounced right at the 23.50 mark, and it tried to come back up and it failed. So to me, that's telling me it's giving up on the highs. My stop was going to be 24. I shorted 200 shares of it right as it broke, so I got filled right at 23.45, and as you can see, made a lower high, and it just kept going lower right there. So I covered PSTG. I ended up getting about 2-to-1 out of it, so I got 150 shares out at 22.50, and then the other at 22.14. So as you can see, PSTG actually ended up going a lot lower, hit a low of 21.30. But I already got my 2-out-of-1 out of that, so it didn't really matter to me. It was starting to go sideways here at the 22 mark. So, all right, the next trade I took was on MU. MU was gapping up this morning on some positive news. Now, I was actually thinking about taking it over the 59 and then having my stop down here at the 58.30. It's kind of a long stop, but I know that MU can move. And as I was thinking about it, of course it goes, but it only hit 59.98, so it probably would have kicked me out break even. I would not have been able to get 2-to-1 out of it. So let's see here. MU, I took it right at 9.45. So right here, this little flag, so not a very clean flag right there. So right here in this little flag, I got triggered in at 59.80. I got kicked out in the very next candle. So let's see here. Let's look at it on the 5-minute. So that's basically what it looked like on the 5-minute. Ended up pulling back a little bit. Next candle to make a new high was my entry. The 9 was starting to catch up to it, so I figured, okay, well, it might start pulling back up, and I can get around or get out around the 60 or above that if it breaks up and over. So next candle made the high, but unfortunately, as I got triggered in, very next candle actually kicked me out. So in right at 9.45, out right at 9.46. So I ended up taking a $133 loss on MU. TJX was my next trade. So this was actually, TJX was actually my main candidate for a long. I really wish I would have paid more attention to it at the beginning. Now, let's see here. TJX right at 9.48. So I took it long here. So it was bouncing off of VWAP basically at that point, right around here. So to me, I took it on the 5-minute, and I wanted to take it over this little consolidation. It's basically high, it sells off, lower high, and if it breaks up and over this little consolidation here, this little lower high, looks like it's headed higher, and it should start breaking up towards the upside. I was going to have my stop down here and get in over here. So got in right at 9.48, 125 shares. It ended up pulling back. So as it started pulling back, I believe the market actually started pulling back. So you'll see this little sell-off. It didn't really quite hit my target or my stop, but I saw the market basically just turn around completely. It was up near the highs, and next candle just broke down and it went below the lows and it just kept going. So I was up on TJX probably around $100, 120 or so. But remember that I'm not getting out unless I at least get a 1.5 to 1 or 2 to 1. 2 to 1 is really what I'm shooting for. But anything over 1 to 1, I put my stop loss at break even, so I was able to get out with a $13 loss. So kind of unfortunate that I was up that much and I didn't really take it. But that's the rule for the rest of the week. You got to try and follow that and be disciplined. So I took out 100, or actually no, I ended up adding to this position. That's right. So I got in long at 948 and added at 949. Got out break even. So kind of an unfortunate trade. But if you guys notice here, TJX blasted off. Like there's no other word for this. Look at this triangle. Look at this ascending wedge, where as it broke the lowest high, it's a signal of a reversal. As it did that, the volume came in and just exploded. Went 87 and 88, 89, almost to 89 here. It hit a high of 88.75. But I wasn't watching it during this time. The SPY was still near the lows. It was starting to bounce. It closed the gap. And when that happened, it actually started coming back up. And that gave a little confidence to the people in TJX. And it just went. So, I wasn't in it. Very unfortunate. Let's see here. Added. SDG. Got out, break even. All right, the next trade I took was on IGT. So none of the things that I had on the watch list this morning were setting up, and the ones that I did end up taking, they were not setting up during the time because most of them were longs, and all the shorts that I had were basically trash. So I noticed that IGT, let's see if it'll pop up. No, for some reason it's not. There's IGT right here, 3 million shares. So IGT ended up popping up on the top 3 basically stocks that were red on the day. So I ended up taking a short on IGT and it ended up not working. So I really should not have been in this in the first place because it had not have touched the 9 or VWAP. So that's typically one of my rules. I want it really, really, really close to VWAP or the 9 if I'm taking a bear flag or a VWAP rejection. So I ended up taking this for some reason. IGT 500 shares short at 10.15. So probably right here, this little consolidation. Took it at 27.59. I got kicked out very next candle. So I got kicked out right at 10.22 over the high of this little consolidation. I should not have taken that whatsoever. So I ended up losing $100 on that. And so I told it, okay, well, what are my rules? I had to think there for a second. I'm like, I was probably just frustrated at that point. I'm like, okay, well, I need for it to hit at least VWAP or get very close to the 9, so the 9 will start curling down on it, and it'll start providing some selling pressure. So what I ended up doing is I let it hit the 9, and next candle make a new low. I got in, so this right here, the 10.25 was my entry. So I got short 350 shares with a stop up here at 27.91. So as you can see, it started going sideways. The 9 started curling down on it, and it basically sold off. I hit every one of my targets. I hit my 1.5, and I sold half. So if you notice here, oh, actually not. What was it? I ended up selling or shorting 700 shares of it. Sorry. So I ended up hitting my first 1.5 target at 27.36. So down here, after waiting from let's see, 10.20, 10.27 to somewhere around 11. So a little bit under an hour. Basically held onto this for quite a while. So I got rid of 500 shares right at 27.36, and I left the rest, and on this flush down, I was just watching level 2, and I covered the rest at 27.14. So I ended up hitting my 2-to-1. Ended up making a little bit over 2-to-1, so I ended up making the losses on my first trade, and then I made $100 profit and then some. So that is the reason why I'm starting to go with 2-to-1. It's just lately I have not had any good short candidates that just tank. So just for the past like 2 or 3 days alone, I haven't had any really good shorts where I'm like, okay, well, this has no support, this thing's going to tank. Have not had those lately. So as of now, I'm just kind of sitting here floating, taking these decent longs. Some of them are working, some of them are not. But I'm trying to stay green. I'm still red on the week. Monday I actually lost 291, so I still got a little bit left to go for the rest of the week. So hopefully I'll stay green for the rest of the week. I'll continue with this 2-to-1 profit target, and also if it does hit 1-to-1, I'm putting my stop loss at break even. So you guys should start seeing either break even losses or big winners or half size losers. That's really what this is all about. So I'm trying to carry out and hold on to my winners a little bit longer and hold on to my losers and a little bit less. So either suffer a partial loss or a break-even stop. So, all right, guys, if you guys have any questions, like I always say, make sure to leave it down in the comment section below. If you guys are new to this channel, make sure that you subscribe. And if you guys are not part of the Facebook group, please click on the description below, and there will be a free Facebook group where I post my watch list for you guys every single day, so you don't need any of those fancy scanners. I'll go ahead and put up all the movers for you guys in the morning. All right, I'll talk to you guys later. Bye. Hey guys, thanks for watching my video. If you guys are new to the channel, make sure to hit that subscribe button. Also, if you have not joined us yet on their Facebook group, make sure to do that. The link will be down in the description below, where I post my watch list for you guys every single day. Lastly, if you guys are curious on how I learn how to trade, I provided you guys with the discount code in the description. It comes with one-on-one mentoring, classes, and buying power, so make sure to take advantage of that. I'll talk to you guys next time. Bye.